Pagbabalik po ang inyong programa Aksyon Central Luzon Special Edition. Pa rin po si Sunny Lopez. Nag-uusapan po natin yung pag-inom. Mga panauhin po natin mula po sa Alcoholics Anonymous. Nandito po si Penny, yung babae, no? Tapos si Bruce, dati na ho nating guest, at saka si Leaf, no? And before the break, Bruce, I was what got you into drinking?
I wanted to get drunk.
Yes.
Well, and that's no lie. I mean, when I was in...
Was it the high you were after?
I don't know, just something internally. I cannot describe it. I had, where I grew up, we had people coming around talk anti-drinking, and I was very, very much in tune with that. And about the teenage years, I turned 13 or 14, and that suddenly changed. I wanted to experience what it was like to get drunk. And I picked up a drink to see what it was like to get drunk. And that never changed. For me, the purpose of drinking and using drugs was to get drunk or to get loaded. And I liked it, and it became a way of life for me.
And for Penny?
Yeah, I don't know why, but when I had my first drink, everything just seemed to make sense where it hadn't before. I'd always been kind of...
Were you a laid-back person before you started drinking?
Probably not. I was very motivated, and I was interested in the theatre, and I was working jobs so that I could be in the theatre, and I was pretty motivated and excited by life, and I couldn't wait for it to start. I felt like I was at the edge.
You were in a hurry?
Yeah, I was in a big hurry. I wanted to be more grown up than I was.
Was drinking probably the reason, or why was that probably the reason why you started drinking, to show everybody that you were grown up?
Maybe, yeah. The first one, but as soon as I had it, I loved it. I just loved it. Everything made sense.
And how many years did you love the drink that you started?
Well, as I said, I was 14. Until I was about 18, I loved it. And then once I was a grown-up girl...
Did you have more friends when you started drinking?
Yes. And I didn't care so much about what people thought of me.
Yes.
It was more what I thought of them. And that was... all of my insecurities left me.
Okay. That's what many people are thinking, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you drink, you become better.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some guys, they can't talk to a girl, but once they start drinking, they can go and...
Exactly, yes.
So, but the long-term use of this will not, per your experience, will never be good for any individual.
All of the reasons why I drank to start with turned on me. So all of that confidence that I got, eventually it took all of my confidence. The social, being with people, it took all of that, and I was stuck at home alone drinking.
That's when you became a loner.
Yes. Everything turned on its head. My best friend became
the bottle.
Yeah. It was the only solution I had. I had gone so far down into a hole that it was the only solution it was the only thing that was keeping me alive, and it was killing me at the same time.
You think it's keeping you alive, but the reality is it's killing you.
Yeah.
Leaf, you said you're a late bloomer.
Yes, I started drinking when I was around 28 or 29, and I just wanted to escape, and alcohol did that. I could
What were you
weep.
escaping from? Can you please tell us?
Issues that I wouldn't confront,
Okay.
issues that I didn't want to think about,
Mm-hmm.
and with alcohol I could forget about them.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't exist. They weren't there.
When you're into drinking, when you started drinking.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And this, is straight across the board. I mean, we're all people. And it's very important. Stuff from childhood, things from the military, experiences. And, I can share that with other soldiers, and certainly I can share my alcoholism with other alcoholics. One thing I've learned is you don't talk to someone that's actively drinking because they're not ready.
It's not open. The mind is not open to accept
The
any.
mind, no, the craving that Bruce talked about is overpowering. It just can't be resisted.
And alcoholics
Yeah.
hate being told what to do.
Oh, absolutely.
Close mind.
Yes, and very independent.
Mm-hmm.
And I can do it.
Yes.
I'll be fine.
Everything to them is possible.
Yes.
Just with a speak or with a drink, everything is possible for them. So that was the confidence that was into you when you were starting, right?
Yes.
And how about for Bruce?
Certainly, all of what I've heard here.
You became a lawyer when you were drinking, right?
Yeah. But I think I'm firmly convinced I would have flunked out of college because of my alcoholism.
Mm-hmm.
But about that time, amphetamines came in, and I would study. I would take amphetamines to study for my class. That's what got me through college, and law school was even better because you only had one test at the end of the semester.
Guys who are listening to you, especially students, will think that taking amphetamines is good for the school program. Huh?
It's it's like going in deeper. And as a matter of fact, I was at a meeting. It's been 4 or 5 years ago, and there was a young lady there who had just graduated from law school and was studying for the bar, and she had used, by this time, it would be shabu.
Shabu, right.
And that's regrettably fairly common in law school. And she was trying to quit, and here she was trying to study for the bar. I talked with her a little bit, and I felt very, very sorry for her, because it's just a downward spiral. And ultimately, if one does not quit, everything's going to be lost. And it's just not only the career, but the family, everything. And of course, I didn't remember very much of what I learned with the speed anyway. So.
And physically, what did drinking do to you?
I became very, very thin. And very shaky. It was my mind that was affected most. I was a teacher when I had my last drink. I was teaching, and I had 9 folders of student work, and there were 5 items of assessment in each folder that I had to send away, and I couldn't put the items. They were numbered 1 to 5, 1 to 5, 1 to 5. I couldn't put them in order.
No.
I couldn't think 2 thoughts in a row. I was maybe in having a psychosis.
But they say, from what I've read, alcohol destroys your brain. The cells of your brain.
Very
Is that
much so.
Probably the effect of the drinking that you've been having?
Certainly it was, certainly. And the next steps, of course, are Korsakoff's disease and
So
serious
you
long-term brain damage.
You became thinner.
Yes.
But you're telling me right now that the real damage is in the mind, in the brain.
Yeah, for me it was, but everyone's different in what it is that they lose that brings them to that point of rock bottom. for me, it was I was losing my mind, and my daughter. I woke up from an alcoholic night, an alcohol-filled night, and she wasn't there. She was 8 years old, and she had got herself to school, packed her own lunch, called the lady up the road who'd picked her up and taken her to school, and I didn't know where she was. It can be that. It can be a marriage falling apart. Can do it. For health, people. I think what it is that gets you to that point where you stop digging and give in to win is different for every person. And I was just...
Certainly, it destroys the body, it destroys the mind, and all those people you care for.
Yes.
It happened, Lee, it happened?
Oh, yes. Most common thing is enlarged livers. If you're interested in the physiology.
Yeah, livers, right.
Okay, but there's...
Atay ho, yung atay. Kaya kung minsan yung atay nasusunog. Like I'm just trying to explain in the vernacular that the liver, like it gets that burnt look because of the drinking, right? Please go on.
As long as it doesn't go into cirrhosis, the liver, over time, I had enlarged liver, but there was no cirrhosis and it's gone down. But a lot of people don't understand that alcohol goes into every part of the body. Every part.
Not only the liver, huh?
Bones, teeth, everything. And in alcoholics, there's also a lot of problems with liver, pancreatic cancer, and other cancers because it disrupts cellular structure, the cells that we are made of. Because it goes into everything. It's a solvent. And unlike my two compatriots here, the smell and the taste to me are awful. But I got what I wanted. Oblivion, or something close to it.
Okay, you guys, you can answer this. There's this notion that when you're a drinker, you have more libido. Or is it just the sex drive is in the mind, or is it just it's not?
I certainly thought I was God's gift to women. I don't think they shared that feeling, but I think like other aspects of my life, it made me feel I fit in, that I was better, and certainly that would boost my libido. And I was very, like a lot of alcoholics, I was very shy around people in general and women in particular. And if I had a few drinks, I felt that the women were all in love with
Felt
me.
almighty, yeah?
Yeah.
Superman, Green Hornet, and Kato all wrapped into one.
Okay.
One of the things that alcohol does is it messes up your judgment, and it certainly did me in that area.
Okay, we're gonna have another break, okay?
Okay.
And then after the break, we'll conclude today's discussion po ng mga taga-Alcoholics Anonymous po itong mga bisita ko ngayon, mga experiences po nila, sinishare po sa atin. Babalik po kami.